Have you guys, this is just something I've been kind of mulling over with my office. Have you guys ever considered some kind of public awareness campaign? Like I'm thinking, I appreciated the information as far as the tip line. Just like click it or ticket. You know, you see a billboard, click it or ticket, but really to draw attention to the fentanyl situation, to say, hey, if you see suspicious activity, you can call this number. Or I'm thinking, even on TV, you're watching the game and then, out comes an ad to really draw attention, showing graphs, educating the public on what's happening and equipping residents with the ability to say, hey, if you notice something shady around the corner in your local neighborhood, call this number or, scan this QR code. It'll take you to a website. You can report this anonymously and then you can do your part. And to make it more of like a public awareness driven, we can band together and we can fight this together as residents of Michigan to really increase participation in helping you guys do what you do best. The state of Michigan has a very robust service to heighten the public's awareness when there's a crisis, right? Like a tornado. It's, blinking on the screen. It's buzzing on your phone. It might be regional based on the situation, whether it's a storm or an Amber Alert or something like that. At what point, how many more people have to die before we coordinate a emergency awareness situation to say, this is your call to action. This is officially a crisis. Here's how you can play your part. Save this website, bookmark this app, put this number in your contacts so that for the foreseeable future, if you see something, you can do your part. At what point does it get to the point where we need to use these emergency communication systems to say, we're dying here? We've got, I think it's 6 people per day are dying. Since we've started this committee hearing, 1 person has died. And so at what point does it get to the point where we need to use our emergency communication services to say, hey, here's how you can play your part? You know what I mean?
So the thing I would say is, obviously, with the emergency alert system, you're dealing with more known information of what's coming, and that's why we're always interested in getting information out for tips. Obviously, with that tip takes an investigation to be able to prove what it is, so it's not as cut and dry, I think, sometimes as maybe some of the ones you're talking about in an emergency situation. But we'll always continue to work with trying to get where individuals will make that call, give us the information. And like we said, many times that information does lead to, through the investigation, of being able to get to where we can prove it. So,
well, Mr. Chair, I think it would be really good for us to look into how we can raise public awareness to increase the amount of tips that they're getting so that we can lower these numbers because they're not going to go down by themselves.